What's up? We are in the last episode of our little mini series, The Hot Mystic Summer. So, this is the first one you're listening to. There's 3 other parts. And this July, I really decided to take some more time to myself, honestly. I have pulled back on a lot of things because I'm really trying to center and figure out exactly the direction that I want to go with things. And I know I'm really excited for the energy of the fall. And that's going to be a great time to start some new offerings and products and stuff. Products, not really, actually. JK, I'm not having physical products anytime soon. I'm going to say like offerings, readings, etc. But so I thought it would be nice to take some time back with the podcast too, because, each week, depending on how long I want to ramble, it does take a little chunk out of my time. So if I'm only rambling for 10, 15 minutes on these little mini episodes, I think that might be a good thing for July, kind of like a reset. And almost, I'm thinking out loud, maybe December too. Honestly, well, I know like June, December would be really that'd be 6 months. You got summer solstice and then winter solstice. Ooh, maybe I'm like, you guys, I caught on to something. So maybe I could that might be a thing I do with the podcast at least. Just kind of reel it in a little bit those times of the year. And because it's not like I completely stopped or anything. I recorded a couple guest episodes this month that's going to be coming out next month, which will be super fun as well. I've got my 100th episode coming up. What the hell? There's a statistic that people who start a podcast, most people aren't consistent. Most people don't last after like 5 shows or something. And I think it's like really good if you make it past 20, but you're in the top whatever percent that get to 100 episodes. I'm going to figure out those for that episode. I'm probably going to do something fun and just kind of reflection and looking back and seeing where it's going to be going in the future. This is probably my favorite way to convey what I'm thinking or my messages or like what I want to share. Because the podcast allows me just to freaking talk, use my throat chakra, and I don't know. I've just always loved it. So today's episode has nothing to do with what I just talked about, but we're going to talk about, I thought it would be a good way to round it out, to talk about connecting with your spirit guide team and like nature, especially because it is summer in the Northern Hemisphere right now. And I don't know about where you live, but where I live, it's freaking hot. It's been like hot 80s, 90s every day, and it's humid. It's very humid where I live. And we have gotten a shit ton of rain. So much rain. So much. I think it was 8 inches so far, and July's not even over. And let me tell you, that's excessive. I feel like the past few years there have been, like droughts, and now it's like complete opposite. So who knows? Does that have something to do with the planets? I don't know what's going on. But there's a lot of people I know that have been dealing with water issues, and I am not out of the clear on that. Well, I am now, but yeah, we had lots of water in our basement because our sump pump died. Oh. Reminder to self, make sure you check that thing. But not me, my husband like that. I'm like, that's not my job. I'm not doing maintenance stuff. Ew. Okay, you guys, let's actually talk about, yes. So connecting to your spirit guide team, connecting to nature. I'm going to assume if you're here, you're listening to this, you probably already do this shit, but we'll kind of just like take it on a basic level and kind of go a little deeper. But if you've never, ever tried to connect with your spirit guide team, let's use the analogy of maybe a friend that you had in grade school, middle school, high school, maybe, and that's something like you have love for them to this day, but you guys just don't talk at all, like even talk for 10 years. or however old you are. Let's actually say however old you are. Never talk to them. This friend is going to be the equivalent to your spirit guide team. Are you just going to out of the blue start asking for shit? Probably not. You want to build a relationship because obviously, yes, they're there. They've always been there your whole life, and you are always surrounded by them, but they need to know that you're ready to work with them and start receiving, intuitive downloads, signs and synchronicities. You've got to start talking. And I'm big, so people will say, you can obviously say this stuff out loud or you can say it in your mind. I would lean towards the side of saying stuff out loud. And especially if you have a defined throat chakra, because, that's where the magic is happening. Like, your words literally are magic. Watch what you speak out loud and watch it happen. For those of you that like to complain about things, complaining about the same thing over and over again, and whoa, it keeps happening. And your mind is subconsciously like in the background, like, okay, this is like, I'm going to show you proof of this shit still happening because you still keep talking about it. So, and trust me, I do that shit sometimes still too, and I'm working really hard on watching what I say. And it is easier said than done, LOL. Maybe I should say it's easier done than said. And then it'll start being easier for me. Who knows? Who knows? But I am a firm believer in just like actually talking. So with your spirit guide team, you could get into a meditative state and just kind of see what comes through. I just got the ping. Okay. I'm going to record like a meet your spirit guide meditation. That'll be a good one. And then I'm going to actually have it as like a freebie, I think. It's like making this shit up on the fly. I'm going to have it as a freebie or something that might be included with another offering. But honestly, if you're listening to this and you hear me say it and you're like, and it's still 2025 when you're listening to this, we'll just go with those boundaries. Shoot me a DM or an email and I'll send it to you once I make it. So I'm making that now. No, that'll be good. And that'll just be good to have because I still like guided meditations as well, even though I've been doing this stuff for a while and channeling and meditating. And sometimes it's still, I feel as if it's, the repetition that helps with quieting your mind. I'm still not the best in the world, but also I've only been doing it for a few years. So again, you have to give yourself grace, and guided meditations are honestly a good place to start. And you don't necessarily have to get into a meditative state in order to connect to your guides or just communicate with them. Literally in the morning, you can be like, oh my gosh, good morning, spirit guide team. Or if you know specific guides, talk to them. Or you can talk to your highest human self. So that version of you who does be everything that you desire and dream of in this lifetime. She's over here. She is cheering you on. You want to become close with her. She's going to help you get there faster. She's like, oh my gosh, yay, you are opening your mind to a whole new, realm of possibilities. Let's do this. Yay. Yay. And I would almost, at first, that's a good place to start. As your spirit guide team consists of, you like your higher self. You could have animal guides, you could have galactic guides, you could have like angelic guides, you could have, I'm trying to think of other beings, your ancestors, a big one, and just a whole array of people. And those beings can change throughout your lifetime too, because there's some that you would have in childhood that, would no longer probably be with you, but you've got your OGs that are there the whole time. And your higher self is probably the biggest guide to help you through this. So I would definitely recommend just in the morning, like, hey, spirit guide team or higher self, whichever you feel like, whatever you're feeling called to talk to first, saying good morning. And I am giving you permission to send me intuitive downloads, signs and synchronicities today. Put me in situations, places, and put me around the people that I need to, meet today. And obviously, switch up whatever you want to say, or just simply, I'm ready to work with you and I'm ready to receive guidance. And just noticing how things go throughout your day. And I think you need to get consistent with doing it in the morning, because then you get to a point where you've, told your spirit guides or your higher self enough that, yeah, it's okay to send me signs and stuff, because they're just kind of in the background until, you have your spiritual awakening and you're waking up and saying, oh my gosh, yes, I do want to work with you and I do want to learn and receive guidance. So that would be the biggest thing, is just one, being aware of it, and two, actually speaking out loud to them and calling them in and saying that you want to work with them. Maybe if there is a little sign that you do want to ask for and see, once you are getting more comfortable and trusting it, just, oh, I want to see a pink elephant. If you are truly guiding me, throughout this lifetime, send me a pink elephant somehow, some way. Maybe you'll see it on the TV. I did that once, kind of when I first was starting the journey, and shit, I don't remember what I asked for, but I remember it was randomly in this kit. It was a weird thing. Try to do something, not too exotic. It doesn't have to be an animal, but not too crazy where you never actually would see it. But also you can't be I want to see an ear of corn if you live in Iowa, especially in July, because they're everywhere. I don't remember. I said something kind of crazy. And it was in the cartoon that my kids were watching, or kid. I think it was just one at the time, but I was flabbergasted. I was like, okay, I see you, higher self, so hey. But what the heck does this have to do with nature too? I think you could look as, Mama Gaia, Earth, as almost part of your spirit guide team as well, and helping you, ground into the earth's frequency. And grounding is real. Take shoes off, go step in your yard, go out in the grass, even if just for a few minutes a day, and really take it in. And here's we're going back to romanticizing your life, but feeling the sun on your face. Oh my gosh, I'm going to do this later. And just being so appreciative of this now moment and where you're in, and the earth that provides us all, everything we need to live. It's all here. She's got our back, and she's on an ascension journey, and you're going with her. You're waking up, you're connecting more to her every day, and that's beautiful as well. And that can be part of a meditation where you're, grounding just a little. It doesn't have to be long. None of this stuff has to, oh my God, I need an hour of my day to meditate. No. We're practical, because I know in this day and age in society, there's all kinds of shit going on, and maybe you're not at, the job you want to be at, and you don't have maybe as much flexibility because you have that, 9-to-5 job, or you have young kids, and I feel you there. But with the young kids, take them outside with you. Oh my gosh, show them the beauty of Mother Nature. Take them, outside more than that, especially if you are in a climate where, it gets to be -30 outside with the wind chill. And we get a couple months out of the year where we're inside a lot. Yes, absolutely. Take your kids into these activities too, because they love it. Have you ever noticed you've got a cranky baby or child that's one of the, I don't know if it's a saying or what, but put them in water or take them outside. We'll calm them down. Works every fucking time. Every time. Well, most of the time. I don't know what my ratio actually is on that. But if you've got, you've got a child that needs to calm down, put them in the water or take them outside, and just see how, interacting with nature really is. It's just so calming. It's so beautiful. It's so amazing. So this is a little longer than normal, but no, this is on par. But I want to thank you for listening to my short little rambles. In this month of July, we will go back to our regularly scheduled podcasting in August. And I have a good feeling that we're really going to have some really awesome episodes coming up, especially, well, I know the guest ones we've recorded so far are really cool, and there's only going to continue to be more. So again, I hope July has been good for you. I hope you actually are taking time for yourself. I hope you are practicing those things we talked about at the very first episode and showing yourself some more love and stop people pleasing and do something new and connect to your spirit guide teams. Those are really basic things that are a great place to start at, especially if you are newer on this journey. Lovely, 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 lovely. Okay. I truly appreciate you listening to the podcast or watching this on YouTube, whichever you are doing on this fine day. Take some time to really romanticize your life today and, bring that energy into August as well. If this resonated with you, let me know. Share the podcast, share it with a friend. Take time to rate and subscribe to it. That truly helps me. I love looking back and seeing, what episodes got a lot of listens and lots of shares and downloads. So honestly, those little tasks that don't take you much time at all really mean a lot to me. So again, I appreciate you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, magical day.